Lotus Tarot 888, and today we going in today, honey. So if y'all see some videos of me wearing the same outfit, please don't be thinking that I'm one of these dusty crusties and little mussies, because that is not me. I just want y'all to know that I'm trying to go a little bit harder when it comes to this channel. So we're going to be doing some different things, random things, right? Different topics on here, you know, sharing a little bit about me and talking about some of the things that we're dealing with as a collective, and, you know, sharing our stories and perspectives on things. I love to kind of open up this channel a bit more, and show a little bit of who I am, and express myself and have commentary on more than just tarot alone. So guys, check that out. So today we're going to get into it, girl. It's been crazy, and we already have a card flipping out because I've already started shuffling. I know y'all can hear that in the background. We got the Three of Wands, but I'm going to go ahead and touch on a few things before we get into the reading itself. Let me ask the cards before I do so, though. Holy Spirit, please give me a Celtic cross of the current energies and the best advice to navigate through these energies. And Archangel Michael, please protect me before, during, and after this reading. So it is so. Thank you so much. Wow, we got a card flipping out all the way on the ground. Okay, interesting. So, oh, and only divine messages can come to these cards. Girl, last time I realized I didn't say that, but I mean, it's not that I need to, but we're going to say it anyway today. Now, guys, I just have to say this. Let me go ahead and slow down. Okay, matter of fact, no. Let me go ahead and do this. Hold on. Okay, girl, I'm not about to play with y'all today.
Eventually.
I'm just thinking.
20 minutes later.
I'm just thinking.
Meanwhile.
No, but for real though, we had to bring it on down because there was so much that I had touched on in them other videos, girl. I did some serious videos before I decided to do this reading today. But I realized, damn, it's been a month. I need to kind of step up my game a little bit with these readings and different types of content that I've been kind of mulling over and sitting on. So one thing I realized is that after stepping away for those 2 years, of course, we're going to have to rebuild it back up. So if you guys could be so kind as to share these videos, like these videos, so the algorithm can actually pick it up. But yes, let me go ahead and let me think this through for a minute. Okay.
Tomorrow.
Let me think one more time.
Tomorrow for sure.
Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. Damn, let me calm down, y'all. Okay, let me stop playing, but for real. So anyway, I had to bring it down, y'all, because I had so much to do in so little time. And I feel like a lot of us feel that way. For real, we have so much to do in so little time. And with each day that passes at the same time, there's still so much within us, so many ideas and so many other things that may crop up, you know, along the way that maybe we forgot about, that we got to add to the list, and and, you know, all this other stuff, and you got life coming at you fast, and it's like, damn, I just need to sit down real quick. Oh, so we got this Three of Wands coming out, we got this Queen of Cups coming out, and we got this Ten of Swords coming out. Girl, okay, no, yeah, we're going to touch on what I wanted to touch on first before we get into what's going on in the spread, because this is getting a little crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one more time. Y'all, all I have to say is this, y'all. Excuse me. I hope that through these videos you can feel inspired and actually feel like you are understood. and that you are seen and that you are heard, even if you're just watching me. Through what I share, that's how I want you to feel. Understood, seen, heard. Because we all deserve that. And let me actually take a minute, because I'm going to cut the deck. And I'm going to put it back together. And I'm going to put it to the side. Because as silly as we started this off as, I do want to touch on what's really coming up, though. We got to blend the two, right? You know, best of both worlds, yin and yang, right? Balance, right? I want you guys to feel inspired and empowered. I want you guys to feel seen, feel heard. Chiquitio, I need you. I understand that you're feeling heard. No, I understand that, baby. I know that you want to be heard, but I need you to go have a seat, babe. Can you do that for me? I didn't, baby, what did I ask you to do? Okay, babe, thank you. Girl, my son understands. He trying to be seen and heard, girl. But anyway, he's so silly. But yeah, I want you guys to feel seen, heard, and understood. Validated. And I don't mean in a way where you need my validation. Absolutely not. But I want everyone that comes across this channel seeking guidance and seeking clarity on real life issues, real life experiences. I want you to get real results, real life results. I'm not going to ask you again. Girl, I've never seen a dog that likes to argue. Like, girl, you get on my nerves. But anyway, I want you to find you. I want you to know that you're not alone, even in your periods of isolation and periods of being misunderstood, misconstrued, all of that. Gaslit for some of us out there. Some of us are just dealing with manipulation, or people trying to manipulate the way that you see things and the way that you feel and the way that you should be reacting. Because if they don't manipulate you, then you know, you're going to end up seeing them for what, you know, who they really are and what they're really trying to do to you. The hurtful, harmful things that they're really trying to do for you. You will, you know, do to you. They will try to manipulate you and gaslight you and try to isolate you to where you don't have anyone around you, or you feel like no one's around you or in your corner to support you. You know, that people like that, like abusive people, they will have you thinking that what you're feeling is wrong, or what the way that you think is wrong, or you speaking up and speaking out about the truth and what's really been happening behind the scenes that they don't want people to know about that involve them, right? I want to be one of the voices that, if you haven't been able to speak up because, you know, you're around abusers, I want to be able to be that light and be that voice that helps you use your own voice, that helps you rediscover your own light. That's my why, for why I do these readings. And guys, that's so funny because I did a video about ways to see or ways to tell that somebody is a true tarot reader. Girl, it was all over the place as usual, but you know what? Practice makes perfect, girl. We just gonna go ahead and keep pumping this content out. But the point is, I feel like people should understand the difference between, you know, doing something and being called to do something. Doing something because everybody else is doing it or someone you know is doing it is not living in your calling. Being called to do something, and that's another one of my whys. It's a calling. You know that you've had premonitions before. You know that you've dreamt of things that ended up happening, and you know, later on down the road. You are in tune with being able to sense the type of people or the type of person that somebody really is based off meeting them and talking to them and kind of filling them out and their energy, and you know what I mean? Like being able to identify that within yourself and to use that for yourself to be a beacon of light that'll lead you through this darkness. I want you to find that within your own self. So yes, I can give that out, and that's what I want to do. But to those receiving it, my intention is for you to find your own inner light and for you to find your own abilities and your own power, your own authority, clarity, your own sense of clarity. You know, when I do these readings, you know what's going on with you better than I do, girl. I'm just telling you everything I see, you know, but you'll be able to identify. And here's the thing. Knowing somebody's why and knowing your why to why you do something, it's very important. That's how you know what your purpose is. But if you're surrounded by a lot of people that are trying to manipulate you and trying to get you to think a certain way and believe a certain thing without you having to, made an effort to discover what that is and looks like for you yourself, you're going to be led astray every time because there are some real predators out here. And it makes me think about what I wanted to touch on before we get into this reading. I have literally seen throughout the years stories about this type of thing where people will see somebody already on the edge in life and already in a dark place, and they're wanting to push them over the edge. They're wanting to add, fuel to the fire. They want to see you crash and burn. And I'm noticing more and more all these stories about people trying to do it on camera, recording it, or getting them to do it on live, or people just choosing to do these things on live or on camera, or, people doing it just so they can get that result, so they can get content, and so they can get followers. They want controversy and to do dark stuff like that, or maybe they just really are those type of people and they don't care, whatever the reason is. I'm seeing a lot more of that. And what I wanted to touch on about why I started with my why I do the readings, seeing this, and especially in this day and age of technology, where it's so easy to be in somebody else's living room, or, just by being, and us even allowing certain people to be right in our living room when maybe they might not deserve it. Maybe they shouldn't have that type of position in our lives because of how easy and accessible it is just to, it's getting dark to the point to where people are using it to harm others. People are using it to push other people further off the edge. And my thing is, I get that it's that person's decision if they want to harm themselves and all that. And it's up to that person to also try to do the inner work and try to find the help that they need to find a way out. But when you're in that position, you don't think that there is a way out. And then when you're surrounded by people that want you to keep believing that because they know it'll push you over the edge, I find that to be disturbing. I find it to be disgusting. I find it to be a problem that needs resolution. And me seeing that, hell, I saw this earlier today, and even just thinking about my own personal situations that I'm trying to find the truth on and trying to figure out why people do these things to each other, and having to accept that there are these types of people that do these things to each other, and then trying to find how I can do my part on, being a light in that type of darkness at the same time, and trying, it's like, it's a lot. But if you find your why to why you do something, why you believe something, and as long as it doesn't hurt yourself or others, explore that. Allow others to explore that, even if it's different from your own. So many people are so deterred by other people being different or saying things differently that they try to destroy it. And of course, people try to destroy what it is they don't understand. But we've got to really, as a society, we've really got to work on what these kids are learning and seeing, and what we're teaching these kids, and and what example we're setting. And that leads to my why. That leads to this topic as a whole. Me seeing people wanting to push other people over the edge. Is that your why? You want to be a troll for the rest of your life? What value are you bringing to your own life? That's it? There's more to life than that. We all end up in the same place at the end of the day. We're all going to meet our time. Do you really want to waste? Ask yourselves, do you really want to waste your remaining days on earth? And that's not to sound menacing, but do you really want to waste however many days we have left? Because tomorrow's not promised, right? On shit like that, on hurting people, really? That's a waste. We're all already gonna die. That's what you wanna. I mean, hey, whatever, it's your choice. But if anybody out there answers that question with either I don't know, well then explore it. But if you answer with yeah, I want to, that's what I want to do with my life. I don't care. I think it's funny, right? Because there are people out there like that. Really? And do you know it's wrong? That's why. But that's what you want to do with your life? I mean, we all gonna meet our maker. So whether you push that person over the edge or not, you really want to go down having lived a life doing shit like that? You're not gonna make no art or nothing. You're not gonna get no type of job or nothing. You're not gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna up your own game and life and existence. You just gonna waste it trying to upset somebody else and wasting away in that? You just want to make everybody miserable. Is that what you want out of life? People really have to start asking themselves this. Is this really what I want our future children to be emulating? Do I feel good about hurting somebody and being a shitty example of a parent or a shitty example of a friend or a shitty example of whatever position you're in? Is that really what you want to do for your life? And some people be like, oh, well, I can get money for it. Okay, but then when that money runs out, then what? Life does not just amount to money and that's it. You don't want to make no connections in life? You don't want no love in your life? You don't want to at least try for that? You don't at least want to feel happiness? Like, so you choosing to be miserable. So how you gonna hate the world and try to make the world miserable with you when you choose? You see the vicious cycle that type of lifestyle brings. You got to find your why. And it's got to mean something. You got to find your people. And they've got to mean something to you, and you have to mean something to them. And I don't mean it in a sense of as a means to an end. I mean connection, love. And before this phone dies, because y'all know I could talk for forever and a day, girl.
6.5 hours later.
But I'm really feeling this right now. Somebody is hella childish. They're having a temper tantrum. Somebody is binge drinking, or maybe they're a binger. They just binge on drugs, binge sleep, binge eat, binge watch, binge. I'm hearing somebody and they're going off the deep end with it. They're doing too much. They're doing entirely too much. And they're out of control. They're imbalanced. Like, they're angry. They're, mood swings out the yang. Somebody could be bipolar, is what I'm hearing. And let me lay the rest of this out, because remember I cut the deck from earlier. I just feel like, and this is going to be a quick one, girl. You got to watch the time, okay?
1 hour later.
This one ends well. All's well that ends well, right? Because this is where we headed to, which is good. Money's looking good. You have a foundation for yourself. You're in a stable place, finally. Some of you guys are finally feeling like you're able to work towards that. But then you've got all these people on the outside looking in on your life and your situations and your comings and goings. And it just seems like everybody's divided. There could be a certain situation with certain family members, or this could be within an actual marriage, or somebody that is living at home with their kids. And, it's like everybody is divided. It seems like everybody's not getting along for some of you. Because some people are still stuck in the past. And this could apply to some of us. Like, some of us may be holding on to some things from the past, but then maybe we're dealing with people that just can't, that they're living in the past. And I feel like somebody lost their temper so much so to the point that they literally either tried to unalive somebody or did in fact do so. Maybe they did it while they were on drugs. Drunk driving is what I'm hearing. For those dealing with those with sex addiction, that turned fatal. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is... Somebody has serious anger issues. And them drinking on top of it, or them doing drugs on top of it, or whatever the case may be, is just exacerbating it. You've already dealt with betrayal from either a Scorpio or Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, and I also see Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn energies coming up. But initially, I'm seeing Sagittarius, Scorpio, and these could be sun signs, or these could be people with a combination of these signs. I forget to mention that, but keep that in mind. Whoever you've had conflict with, whoever betrayed you, people that said all these things behind your back to hurt you. That's now in the past. And these people are still viewing you the same way they did when they were abusing you and you allowed it. But you're no longer in that place anymore. And at this point, I feel like you're deciding to turn an offer down with somebody here. And it could be somebody that has water in their chart, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or they themselves, the people that have water in their chart, are deciding, you know what, I don't want this cup. You can take this back. I also see that you are starting to see the seeds that you planted bloom. And you are at the point now where you have clarity. You will get clarity on a situation. You will get the truth about something. It's because you spoke the truth. You stood up for what was right, even if you stood alone. And in doing so, you get the truth out of a situation or out of other people. Or you get where I'm going with this? Because you spoke the truth, it inspired the truth to then come out in other ways through other people. Let's put it that way. About the people that are still stuck in the past. Right now, you're focused on more creative pursuits. You're focused on your goals. You're focused on your passions. And the seeds that you planted with that, you are starting to see things develop. For some of you guys could be expecting. There could be some ladies out there expecting. But in the grand scheme of things, the overall energy, all the steps that you've taken towards your goals, things are developing in a way that's starting to bring about a lot of opposition. And you may have been indecisive about whether or not you should let somebody come back or let somebody, in your life or what have you. But for right now, I feel like letting it end, letting a situation end here, finally closing the door with that situation was the right move for you to do in the first place. Some of you guys were going back and forth about that type of decision. Or maybe you're in two minds about how something happened, or you're torn. You don't really know. On one hand, it looks this way, and then on the other hand, it looks this way, sort of stuff, or people are opposing the way that you're perceiving something here. And it's putting you in two minds about, well, am I tripping like they're saying I am, or because there's too many unanswered questions, or you're bringing about all of these different types of questions that other people haven't asked about or purposefully have not asked about. And so you're getting a lot of opposition from that, and you may be feeling some loneliness, especially when it comes to, if you guys lost a family member that was very close to you, that kind of was like the glue for your family. I'm seeing that that could be a huge factor behind someone's anger. I also feel like somebody is definitely drinking, like they're drinking too much. Somebody's overdoing it. I want to clarify this before. Let me see this 10 of Cups reversed. I feel like, when it comes to your career, like you're establishing long-term security for yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're establishing your position, and especially when it comes to promotions, I do see that you will achieve that for sure. You are putting the work in to do that. I mean, hell, I just looked at the bottom of the deck here. All of that career-wise, and when it comes to you being about your money and trying to focus more on that, so you won't have to worry about anything like you have maybe in the past for some of you, and doing it on your own, I feel like that alone is what's helping you establish that sense of healing within yourself. Like you're healing, you're able to heal yourself through focusing on yourself and focusing on finding healthier ways to heal yourself. There's a lot of crying going on. A lot of tears have been shed about a lot of people that you guys have finally decided to walk away from. And the people that you've lost along the way over the years. There's been a lot of grieving going on. And I want you to know, let yourself grieve. It's okay to grieve. Maybe you feel like, damn, this was from years ago. Why am I still crying about this? Get it out. Because the reason why it comes up so strongly and for so long for some of us is because we've stayed too long and so long, and we've held it in for so long. It's time to let yourself let it out. And I feel like a secret is coming out about a loss in the family. There was something hidden that's going to be exposed. Everybody's going to find out the truth behind a loss in the family. Maybe something that had been up in the air for so many years here. Finally, something is coming to the surface. Somebody is very much so money motivated. And on one hand, that's exactly the way you want to be. But then on the other hand, I'm feeling the other side to that extreme. They want an excessive amount of fame. They want an excessive amount of, designer things. They want an excessive amount of praise. They want an excessive amount of, recognition. They want an excessive amount of this, of that, of everything. And if they don't get it, they are angry with you. If you're not, entertaining their pity party, then they're angry with you. They try to blame you, make it seem like, you're wrong for calling a spade a spade. Let's just put it that way. Like you said the truth, you didn't necessarily say anything that was insulting. You didn't have any intention of being insulting, but maybe it was something that maybe nobody had said out loud yet. And you finally said it, and you tried to be respectful about it, but yet they still have a problem with you. They're blaming you for everything. Or have for years. This could be family related for some of you. If not, it could specifically be referring to a marriage or a relationship here. Or even somebody you have kids with. It's just been, there's been a lot of hurt. Somebody really betrayed you. Somebody definitely, I'm hearing somebody getting shot in the back, or somebody coming behind them and doing something to them, or something like that. Somebody's going to find out that their self-defense, like, plea or something like that. Like, on one end, somebody is saying self-defense, but then you find out, like, maybe the other person starts blaming the one that's saying they were defending themselves and saying, no, you were the aggressor, right? In that situation, you'll find out that the person that was trying to place blame on the one that was defending themselves, they're really the culprits, and they're just trying to hide that. And somebody had an ulterior motive behind that to try to garner money for it, is what I'm hearing. Somebody is furious because I'm seeing a younger Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn female here, and I'm seeing a younger Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn male. Somebody is very, when it comes to this Knight of Pentacles reversed, this Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn male, and again, apply it to your situation. It could go vice versa as well. I don't want anybody to ever think I'm trying to really check them or whatever in these readings. That's not at all. But I'm just calling what I see. And this male here, it's a earth sign male. He's in the reverse. The female earth sign is in the upright. So right now, I feel like the male is in a position where they're feeling stuck. They're feeling stuck in life. That maybe they're stuck on something that happened in their childhood, or stuck on a loss that happened in their childhood, something that they saw within their parents' marriage, something that they saw within their, connection, their friendships. I mean, there's something that they were stuck on. They saw something. And because you spoke up about something, somebody's going to end up coming out and telling the truth about the situation. Somebody is stuck in life because they're not really putting in the effort. They're not really putting in work. Whoever this earth sign is, this earth sign male, they're very stuck in their ways. Like they don't plan on changing, and they're not even open to changing in any way. So even if you're just trying to help them or something like that, and maybe you share your viewpoint on something, they're the type that will shut it down. They're very much so stuck in their ways, and they're very stubborn. They're lazy. They don't want to do anything. So maybe they're living with someone or with a woman here that takes care of them. They bring in a lot of money. There's a breadwinner here that somebody's just hanging on to, or somebody's using somebody for money, or somebody is just, they're lazy and they just want to get this easy lick. But now somebody's stuck out. Show me this Two of Swords reversed. I feel like you will finally find people that celebrate you. Continue to focus on that. You will be liberated from a situation where maybe you don't have all the facts or all the details, or maybe the full story hasn't come all the way out yet. And I remember in one of my previous readings that, I said something along the lines of let it play out. Let everything play out over time, right? Somebody definitely did something illegal here. And somebody's not being honest about something here, about a legal matter. I feel like somebody is afraid of being found guilty. Girl, this is getting deep. Hold on. Show me this Ten of Swords. Whoever you said no to, and whoever you moved away from, whoever you cut off, whoever used to be on drugs, whoever used to, appear as though they were disinterested in you or were bored to have you around or whatever, right? You've decided to separate yourself from them because of everything that they've said to cause you pain and everything that they've done to cause you pain. And they see that you are successful. They see that now you're no longer interested in them. Now that, if you guys are dealing with some people coming back, for example, they're saying you're no longer interested in them. They're trying to throw their insecurities at you. They don't like the fact that you're friendly. They don't like the fact that you're very open about how you feel and you do speak the truth. You're not afraid to do so. But they'll just drink it down and try to keep everything a secret and all this other stuff. Trying to keep all these secrets, it's going to blow up in their face. I feel like somebody did something impulsively here. I feel like all of these people have been extra petty, splitting hairs, trying to argue with you. Blaming you. Somebody actually did something to cause this loss, is what I'm saying. Some loss in the family regarding children. I'm sorry to say this, and I know this is very reminiscent of my situation as well, but, something's going to come out about this, and it's going to be explosive. And that's why they were trying to argue with you about it, and try to make it seem as though you were tripping out or making stuff up, but come to find out, for some of you, you were quite literally spot on. Show me this Queen of Cups. So I see a Queen of Cups, I see a King of Cups, and I see Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio male, and a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn female. So I'm feeling like there have been so many injustices between certain people in your life. So this could be aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Cousins. I mean, it seems like everybody is here. And everybody's arguing. Everybody's competing with each other. Everybody's trying to one-up each other. And you just decided, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to be involved in this. Or, for example, I'm hearing reunion. I'm hearing, any sort of family gathering, like a lot where everybody comes together that you haven't seen in years. I feel like everybody's trying to compete with each other. Everybody's, fighting, and maybe there's some drinking mixed in there for some of you, or drug users in there for some of you, where it just turned messy. Somebody is afraid of the truth coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. I know somebody doesn't want the truth to come out. It's coming out. And now everybody's like, well, what the fuck is going on here? What the hell? Where's the money at? Why are you blowing this money on or people that only care about money, for example. They'll do anything to get it type shit. I mean, show me this Ace of Swords. Somebody is extremely attracted to you. So you guys, you are definitely, you are attractive. You are magnetic. There are a lot of people that are sexually attracted to you. Sorry, but that's just what it is. Like, I don't know why I said sorry, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not trying to be inappropriate. But the point is, we all adults here. At least we should be. I feel like somebody is very much so sexually attracted to you. And they see that you're beautiful. They see that you're creative and that you're able to manifest, and you're friendly and you're open and warm. And I feel like somebody has a really hard time expressing how they feel, or maybe they're appearing as though they're emotionally unavailable. And it could be because they're either drinking a lot and trying to hide it, or maybe their feelings really come out when they drink it. They drink and then, they're able to be open with you. But there are people that are just fucking with your emotions, quite literally. There are some people here that I see that are either using the child to affect you in some way, using the child as a weapon, as an example here. I also see that somebody's trying to play on your emotions. They're trying to manipulate you. I feel like somebody is going to tempt you to try to go out drinking, or maybe they'll tempt you with maybe they'll invite you out, right? And then they'll have something on them that maybe you haven't done in years. And they'll try to tempt you with it. Be careful with that for some of you. Or they're hanging around people that are doing drugs. They're trying to play with your emotions, play mind games. I also see that you decided, you know what? I'm going to accept things as they are. These people are not going to change. They love to argue. All they want to do is fight. They're fighting amongst themselves now. Nobody's getting along because now everybody's story isn't straight. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody's story is not straight. Somebody came out and said something, and now everything is starting to come out about what's really going on. Because you decided, I know these people aren't going to change. They're over here worried about money and status and fame, and they're worried about their appearances and all this stuff. And you're just here, friendly, warm. You're focused on you now. You finally walked away and separated yourself from people that didn't celebrate you. And now you're finding people that do celebrate you. You're finding people through your creativity, through your creations, through your artistic expressions. But there's somebody here that's jealous. So I see a Knight of Cups reverse, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, male, or a male with that sign in his chart. I'm also seeing Hermit reversed here. Could be a Virgo male. And I also see Virgo female. But my thing is, And I'm not trying to knock the males either. Like, I'm definitely not one of those women, so I hope it's not coming off that way either. But when I do these readings, that's exactly, this ain't no girl, you know? It's like, so I'm just telling you what I see. And keep in mind, if you're a man that's dealing with another man that's displaying these traits, remember that, right? Like, because some people take something within the reading where I'm talking about somebody else, and it's like, no, I'm telling you, they can go either way, or they can go both ways in some situations. But what I'm saying here, it could be a dude that goes both ways or a girl that goes both ways. Maybe they hid that from you. Somebody, I don't know. Like, I'm getting too much at once with that one. Like, I'm not even gonna touch on that one. But I will say this: somebody is spreading lies, and their lies are blowing up in their face. They wanted you to. Somebody did something. Maybe even paid somebody some money to do something. Or did something in the expectation of getting money out of it. Like, I'm seeing so many different things. Somebody is literally hiding. Somebody is like calling them. Nobody's answering. You're looking at all the facts. You're communicating. I'm seeing that you're communicating with somebody that can give you the facts. And now somebody's hiding. Somebody's reaching out to somebody because now evidence has come back or something. Something's up. Somebody impulsively left town or some weird shit like that. Or somebody's literally hiding because they're over here trying to hide the fact that they did something behind somebody's back. They betrayed you. Like, they're lying. Somebody's lying. Somebody's not telling somebody everything. Somebody's not saying everything. I feel like there's some strong feelings of jealousy going on here. Somebody is very jealous because you're attractive, or people are attracted to you, or whatever, or that you see through their bullshit. There's another thing. 3 of Wands. So I feel like somebody's putting up walls. Somebody is putting up walls. Somebody's hella defensive. Somebody is like literally trying to throw obstacles in your way, or have tried to throw obstacles in your way. But right now you are actually focused on maintaining your balance. You are managing your time wisely. You're able to find people who can collaborate with you to get, what it is that you need achieved. You're also able to collaborate with certain people, even in your career, even in your connections when it comes to networking. I'm feeling like you're finding people and you're discussing things with people where you can make plans, where you are working towards the same goals. You're only surrounding yourself with people that are working towards the same thing as you, or working towards goals the same as you. And in doing so, you're able to maintain and sustain that balance within your life when it comes to what you want to do, and, keeping that safe and secure. You know what I mean? Instead of allowing all these people who you used to allow in the past to come in again and destroy it, you're now saying, you know what? No, like, all you want to do is fight. All you want to do is argue. And I'm not here to argue with you. And you know that certain people are not going to change that about them. Certain people are bullies. They're not really looking to find the truth. They're looking to blame you, and that's it. So they can avoid facing the consequences of their actions. That's exactly what I'm seeing, and feeling and hearing. I feel like you decided you are only communicating with those that are equally reciprocating that communication with you. You're no longer chasing anybody. You're no longer, you know what I mean? You're no longer initiating any sort of contact with people that never really like hit you up to even see how you were, didn't hit you up to, you know what I mean? Like, you're more selective in who you have in your circle, and it's paying off, and people see that. Somebody is definitely sexually attracted to you, girl, like, for real. Girl, I'm hearing somebody say, I want you to have my babies type shit. Girl, bye. Or maybe somebody has a whole bunch of baby mamas, so like he over here trying to like say all this stuff, but really, somebody is afraid to show how they feel. Or they are deceptive in nature, so they know all the right things to say, but really, They know they have their walls up for a reason. And they're going to try to blame you and act like you're insecure, but really, no, they're playing with your emotions. Somebody over here trying to play with somebody's emotions, or you dealt with somebody or walked away from somebody that used to play with your emotions. I see somebody is very jealous here. They're a very jealous individual. Like when it comes to people in your family, when it comes to people even in your living situation for some of you, but family especially, I feel like there's somebody's brother or little brother's not telling the truth about something, or I feel like somebody's okay, I see what's going on. So somebody that was in a marriage or a relationship, or somebody that lived with you or you used to live with, you found out that they were lying. They were cheating. They broke up, like they had somebody else on the side. Maybe some of you caught them with the side piece and saw it, or you decided, you know what, I want a divorce. I'm moving out. That's what I'm hearing. I want a divorce. I'm moving out. And that's for people dealing with a situation where you guys just can't talk to each other anymore without it turning into an argument. That's the type of marriages I'm referring to. Where you find out that your husband was cheating, or you find out, that he was lying to you about something, or all sorts of scenarios where they may have had a kid on the side, or something's going on in this situation where there are secrets coming out. Secrets are coming out. I'm going to clarify this 10 of Pentacles, and I'm going to wrap this up, y'all, because this is getting hella deep, and I need y'all to tell me in the comments what is going on. But 10 of Pentacles, please. That's crazy. Yeah, somebody is lying. Somebody is really trying to, guys, be careful. Whoever this is with this black or white dog, I said this last time. If you got the black dog, in something with somebody. If you got the white dog, or if somebody has, I don't know, somebody's not telling the truth in that situation. Somebody trying to hide something in that situation. Somebody is lying. Somebody's been going, like somebody is quite literally trying to endanger somebody. Child endangerment, or they put their spouses in danger, or something like that. They did something that would endanger the lives of those around them, or something like that is what I'm hearing. Let me see something, because somebody is just purely coming at you from a place of lust for some of you in certain situations, or maybe they're telling you, oh, she's just a fling, but really, they don't care. See, it's coming out again when I'm about to clarify this. Girl, bye. Somebody trying to tempt you to go back to them or something, but you decided to stand your ground with it. Look, oh my God, this is so crazy. So as I'm looking at the bottom of the deck, I decided to fan out a couple more cards just to see what's going on with that. And this is what it fanned out to be. So so let me show you how it looked at the bottom when I was done shuffling, right? So it started with this. I started fanning it out, and I'm like, okay, so somebody is really mad because you decided not to deal with them anymore, and you cut them smooth the fuck off, and you're standing your ground. And for the people that were competing with you and trying to argue with you and trying to tear you down, you are standing your ground and coming out on top of the competition. On top of the fact that you are getting your wishes granted. So whatever it is that you've been working towards, whatever it is that you are doing, continue to do it, because it is working for you. And then this Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning, focusing on new beginnings, new opportunities, new people, new environments, new people, places, things. That is where you start to see everything start to manifest in a big way, where you are emotionally fulfilled, you are financially secure, and it just has to play out. And the fact that you stood your ground with all of these people, you win. Because you stood your ground and you stood up for what was right. It's setting all this shit in motion where everybody's secrets are about to come out. And that's exactly what I love to hear. So keep doing you, boo-boo. Don't doubt yourself on your decision to walk away from those people who never celebrated you and who only tried to cause you pain. You were right in your original analysis of them. Even if you don't necessarily have hardcore concrete proof just yet, you'll come to find out that you were right. But my battery is about to die, y'all, so that is a sign that I think further is confirmation that you won. It's all going to come out soon, so stay strong. And until next time, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love.